A long time ago, I used to be a student. And who else was a student? Who else from the audience used to be a student? I hope you had a good time out there. They always say, it's the best time of your life. Well, it was certainly a good time, but best time of my life. I mean, I still have a lot of life to go. It would be a bit depressing to say, hey, it's the best time of my life. But good time of my life. But it was certainly a travel. I started going from high school in the north of the Netherlands, and then I'm looking around for the university, and then natural choice is to go again to the north of the Netherlands, to the city Groningen, had a good time there. I wasn't really an adult yet. My room was a mess. I liked to party a lot. Student. But then gradually I became more and more adult. But it was certainly something to remember. Let's go back a long, long time ago to a different journey. It was, to be precise, 3,300 years ago. And we're talking about Israel. Nowadays it's in the news for different things. But at that time there was this powerful country called Egypt. Let me draw a map. Sort of. Egypt, you have the Nile here. There is some desert area, so blah blah blah. So we have the Dead Sea over here. So, Egypt. Promised land. Well, they call it Israel, but I'll explain what it is later. And oh, this is a bit wrong. And here we have some sea, and here, and this is the desert. So a long time ago, Israel was stuck over here in Egypt. It was conquered, and there were slaves. It was not a good life. They were highly dependent over there. But they couldn't leave. But at some point, it was different. Some guy stood up. He was called Moses. And he said to the Pharaoh, that's the king of Egypt, let my people go. And the Pharaoh looked at them and said, no, it's not going to happen. But guess what? A lot of bad things happened to Egypt. And suddenly, yeah, you can go, please go. And then they left through the desert, all the way, over here. I will tell you a bit more about that. But it was quite a journey. Quite some miracles happened. Well, it's a big story. If you believe it or not, that's up to you. But definitely something happened 3,300 years ago. Let's go back to study. Because it was not all happy life over there. Well, it started well. Did some courses there and there. Got some good grades, some less good grades. You know, the usual stuff. Another good thing, I mentioned already, it was quite some time ago, our government paid us well, so I didn't need to work. I did something much better than that. I partied. I had fun in life. Well, you can also have fun when you work, of course. And then, in the last year, because I got 5 years for my study, well, 5 years funding. Nowadays you only have 4, but that's for the newer generation. I'm sure you heard about that. I actually got more funds then they go now. So let's try something. Last year, I only need to do my thesis. Well, you think, well, it's only half a year, it normally stands for a thesis. It shouldn't be that difficult. Of course, thesis is not easy, but for the whole year. Gradually, it got less and less. I was able to do less and less. My motivation went down the drain. At some point, I woke up at 12 and then I got to university at 2 and I was basically sleeping, and then I only did 2 hours of pigment a day. Nothing happened basically. So, supervisor wasn't very happy either. If you stop now, then I just give you a low grade. Yeah, you still pass, but you really wanted something to happen. Yeah, sometimes that happens, and then you just get completely stuck. So, let's go back to Israel. It's a great journey here. Egypt, and then, oh no, there was a big army coming and going to catch them. So, they were guided to go all the way here, and then there was a problem. There was this big water, and they were just stuck. Yeah, that's quite something. They were complaining a lot, and said, come on, you left it out of Egypt, hey, here, the army's coming, they're going to kill us. Can you do this to us, man? Moses, what do you do? And basically, it's also referring to the Lord, why do you do this to us? We were in Egypt, we weren't dying. Of course, they left out the bad thing. But then a miracle happened. The sea was open, and it could just go. And the Egyptians, they ran after them, but then the sea was closed again. And everybody drowned except the Israelites. Great. But not enough, because they were hungry. Oh, come on, Lord. You take us there. Are we going to die now of hunger? Come on, do something. What's the sprinkling? It's a lot of bread just coming out of it. In the desert there was bread suddenly. What a miracle. And they were thirsty, they complained about water. And then finally they arrived very near the promised land. Because getting out of Egypt is something, but it would be nice to get something somewhere. So, during the travel, Moses told them, we will go to the promised land. A land full of milk and honey. Cryptic, so milk, cows, it's food. Honey means wealth, so prosperity. They were here. There was an oasis there. And they were spying. You know, let's look how it is. And they looked in the land. And there was a problem. These people, they're so crazy tall. Like Dutch people. We have the biggest people in the world. I remember when I was a student, I was talking to 3 girls at church. They were all taller than me. I mean, come on, ridiculous, right? Giants! So, if you want to see female giants, go to the net. Back to here. Dangerous people. You cannot go there. I mean, you need to battle. You're going to get killed. They sent 10 people and 8 of them were completely afraid. And they convinced the whole of Israel. There was 1 people, there were actually 2, but one said, hey, we're going to do this. And that person was called Joshua. Keep that in mind. And this guy, Moses, it was basically Moses of mentoring this guy. Like in Toastmasters, it sometimes happens, mentoring. At work, mentoring. then they were afraid. And they didn't go. They just stayed there. Guess for how long? 10 years? That would be quite long, huh? 20 years? Ah, come on, this is kind of far. 38 years! They stayed there for 38 years. And with only one-day trip to the country. I mean, doing nothing is something, but this is ridiculous, right? Something needs to happen. It's the same that I studied. I mean, come on, I was stuck. Why is it like this? And it's even worse. Because they start complaining all the time. We in the Netherlands couldn't complain. We like to complain. And sometimes it's fun. And then I'm not complaining. It's fun to complain sometimes, right? But it's not always helpful. I mean, if it's dry outside, it's fun. But if it then immediately rains the next day, then you say, oh, it rains. This is so bad. And you forget that the whole week before was beautiful, right? Not helpful. I also have it. At work, they use this stupid acronym. I mean, they should report something to HR. I mean, HR. And they think that I know what it means. Of course I know what it means. It means human resource. But just this idea. Spill the work. I mean, I don't complain about it. And then I go to daycare, and then they start doing it again. I mean, they just have a song even. These letters. I mean, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I mean, is that an acronym or what? No, it's the alphabet song. See, it's not helping that complaining. I'm just complaining about the song, but it's just the alphabet song. I mean, not an acronym. Okay. Moses is completely getting crazy there. So, let's get a little bit out of hand. And unfortunately, he didn't answer in the promised land either, because he was getting too old. But Joshua, that guy there, said enough is enough. And forced him through. And it happens. They get into the promised land. And still we have Israel going there. And guess what? In my study, I also pushed myself. I needed to finish my study. Sometimes you need to push through. Now imagine if you have a baby as a woman, it's a hard time. If you want to get it born, right? I mean, you cannot say, oh, just leave it in, right? You need to push through. But it's not always that easy. In the stories, people with depression. And you shouldn't be right. I had it about that one. I haven't had it myself. And that can take years to get out of it. And then you need to know you can divide it in steps, for instance. And pushing through, but you also know, hey, you cannot do it immediately at once. I mean, you don't need to do it at once. I mean, it's not very obvious. They did nothing. But you can do something. And then gradually, you have this step, you have that step, and then gradually, you're there. You see the end of the tunnel. So, Egypt, all the way to the promised land, all these miracles, we can learn something from these. You know how old that is. Imagine that, 3,300 years. Let's say a generation, born, getting a baby, it's the next generation. Well, it's on average in the Netherlands 32 years or so, 33. I was a bit late, that was the thing. 33. 100, no. 110. That's very long time ago. So these people just stay the same. We complain, and even this we can learn something that by pushing through. And I think that's very helpful. How far are you with your promised land? Are you stuck? Are you there already? Can you imagine? 20 years or so, when you study, the whole world is open, the big dream. This is going to happen, this is perfect, and this is how I'm going to do it. This is my dream. And then you come 5 and 30. The dreams still are dreams. When you're 40, the dreams still are dreams. Still, you're kind of stuck. Maybe that's what I call a midlife crisis, right? And you can buy a motor or run around with it, but it's more like a diversion. Are you stuck? Is there something you need to push through? Are you getting to your full potential? Another question is, do you need to get to your full potential? How much does that cost and how much do you gain? Sometimes you have a big dream in your head. But they tell to children it's not always realistic. They say to a child in the children's program, he can become anything you want, right? Anything. So everybody wants to be the president. Then what will happen? I mean, that can't be. Or the child wants to be an artist. It's very hard to get to the top. So think about it. Maybe your dreams are a bit too optimistic, but it can also be that you need to push through. So keep that in mind. And it's not easy. Then, when you're 60 or 70, you look back in your life, and you think, wow, at least I thought about it. At least I thought it through. At least I could say, I was here, and I tried to be over here. And then I didn't do nothing, and I had something to think about. At least I tried to get there. Maybe it didn't work, at least I tried. And that, ladies and gentlemen, can be a satisfying thing on its own.